So anyway, today we're going to talk about camping, which I know that we're heading into that season because I mean, a lot of you guys down in the states and in America are on summer break now. So that whole season has really begun. Um,
For most, not
well,
everyone's
not
on
everyone,
summer
not
break
everyone,
yet.
but many.
Yeah, the New
Um,
England and the East Coast, they don't get out till the 3rd week in June.
yeah, we go right until the end of June. Unless you're in high school, then it's the third week basically. So anyway, and that's kind of all across Canada. Everyone kind of does it at the same time. You start school after Labor Day weekend, and then you end in June. So yeah, but that is aside from the conversation at hand. Yeah, we're gonna be going into that. So talking about camping. Now, this is actually going to be my first time camping with the fam jam, so I have no idea what to expect, and that's being completely transparent. I have no
Is
idea.
is are you going camping like you're gonna sleep on the ground in a tent camping? Are you going to be in a cabiny kind of thing or an
No,
RV?
no RVs, no. There's no cabins. I bought a tent because of the generosity of people like you, and
Aw.
yeah. So I was able to buy the tent and picked up a couple air mattresses. So the one we had is only a single, so that won't work. So we got two queens. We're putting one queen on its side, and the three kids are going to sleep on that in their own tent, which we're borrowing from a friend. And the wife, dog, and I are all going to be sleeping in the other tent. And so that's going to be interesting because right now we're experimenting with the three kids on the one air mattress, and the one before I was coming down was our 4-year-old was smacking our middle one on the back, saying "burp, baby, burp."
Oh,
So that I hope we don't hear that at night in a tent as we're trying to all sleep, but we'll see what happens. I'm also gonna bring some fishing gear, so theory that might be a bit better. But what were you
don't
gonna
forget your first aid kit.
the wife is already thinking about that. That's definitely on her list.
Mhm.
I was actually thinking about the Jiffy Pop.
Oh, the one that's in the tent in the
Yeah,
yeah, that's a great thing to put over the fire.
yeah, just that little basic snack for the kids because they like their popcorn and I think they would appreciate that. Um, but yeah, so it's going to be interesting to say the least. Oh, and I got the French press, so I can make my campfire coffee. So I'm very excited about that. Um,
You could do, Frito chili pie. You could
mhm,
take, like, a can of chili and then warm it up on a grate and
okay,
spoon out you get, little bags of Fritos,
okay.
and then you spoon the chili
Mhm,
into the bags of Fritos and give the kids, like, plastic forks or spoons, and then you can sprinkle cheese or whatever else you might wanna bring with you.
yeah.
But that's a real easy thing because you bring it and then you just throw out the can and the bags.
Mm. That's that's definitely an option. I think everyone my kids would be like, "Ew, gross. What is this?" And then they get mad. They're
Really?
I
Well, there are
I
different
hate
variations of things you can
I
do.
hate how picky my kids are. Ugh. I mean, my eldest, she's the most willing to explore. Like she wants to go on the food dates with me and stuff. But the middle one, she's learning to just like stuff it in without complaining. But our 4-year-old, that kid, little stubborn redhead, he just refuses to eat anything that we serve him. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Those redheads. Do you understand what it's like to have a redheaded kid?
Um, well, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Terrible. So those kids, they're so stubborn, and then just flares up if you tell him you have to eat your food if you want your dessert. No, he starts to freak out. So and then you just want to like you know send him to his room after you kick him because he's a ginger.
So, what's the food situation for camping? Will you have a grill?
Yeah.
Are you taking a cooler? How long are
Okay.
you gonna be gone?
All right. So food situation. We are going for 2 nights. Okay. So we get there on Sunday afternoon and then get back on Tuesday afternoon. Um, so food wise, we have for the cooking, I have a propane stove and then also the camp fire. So we got the campfire. I got a grill for the campfire. So the first night, actually, my family's all gonna leave and go to my oldest's soccer game. And I get to stay and make sure the camp is all set up. And I'm gonna have a steak over the fire. That's right, kids. I'm having steak on the open grill and it's going to be great. I'm really pumped for that. It's been a little bit of time since I've had the opportunity to do that. So oh
Don't forget
yeah. Mm.
your silverware.
Oh yeah, no, we talked. We're packing one steak knife just for moi. Um, and then the next morning, I'm gonna wake up and start up the fire and start cooking up some bacon over the fire and make some eggs for the fam jam on the propane grill. So we're gonna have eggs and bacon for breakfast. And then the next day, so we're also going with the or like a round of us are a bunch of the homeschool kids that and families. So we're all gonna be doing like a hot dog roast at lunchtime on the Monday, and then Monday night we're doing grilled corn and chicken, and that's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
good. Yeah.
Let me ask you, how are you transporting your eggs?
I was gonna go with in a carton.
May I suggest, are
Mhm.
you scrambling your eggs?
That's well, it's probably maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Then crack them and put them in a container with a lid,
Mhm.
and then you can just pour them out, and it takes up so much less room, and then you don't have to worry about them breaking.
Well, that's definitely a good idea.
Even like a
Sure.
cup that has a spout that pops
Yeah.
open, because then you
Mhm.
can just kinda pour them out. You could
Alright.
even pre-season it, if you wanted to put a little bit, then just give it a good shake and pour it in,
Mhm.
and then again, you can rinse it out, and you don't have to worry about the eggs cracking.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's a
Um,
camping hack.
that is. I like it. I like it a lot. So, yeah, and then, I think the next morning, more bacon and eggs. And yeah, it's all gonna be in coolers. So I'm gonna have a crap ton of ice and 2 different coolers. So one's gonna be just like meat products and all that. The other one's gonna be drinks. So we're not going
I
in and out of the one.
I would recommend freeze water bottles,
Yeah, we're gonna do that too.
and then put those in there, and then as they melt down, you'll be able to drink them.
Well, and it'll, retain the or help prolong the value of the ice as well.
Yes, very much
So,
so.
yeah, so that's already on a plan there,
Awesome.
and,
Along with any other drinks that can freeze if you need to.
yeah, yeah. No, we haven't talked about we have s'mores, that's planned, a couple bags of chips, and what other snacks we're doing? Oh, I'm bringing my almonds and that kind of stuff because I am gonna try and still be good while we're camping.
Yeah.
Not very exciting, but, I'm gonna try and be good, and if I
I
catch a fish, I'm definitely eating a fish, so,
Oh, there you go. I
yeah.
saw a variation of a s'more where you can use a Rice Krispie treat
Mhm,
piece instead of a marshmallow, and it adds more texture, so you can, like, stick your chocolate down into it, and the Rice Krispie treat can stay on the stick longer than a marshmallow,
mhm,
depending on how much you wanna roast it.
yeah.
So,
The other one I saw actually was, get a waffle cone, and so when you get your marshmallows done, you drop them into the waffle cone, and then
that's a
put all
great
the other
idea.
things inside of there, and then eat it inside of that, so,
Well, you know what you could do with that if you have the waffle cones, you could do, like a Hershey syrup or a chocolate syrup or
yeah, there's a lot you can do.
Costco or whatever you have and put it on the inside and then put the marshmallow in.
Hey there! So what you just watched was a portion of our live show that happens on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Apparently you were too lazy to be there that time, but maybe you'll be there next time. Remember, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern.